Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is preventing overweight babies. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about preventing overweight babies, Dr. Flora Ukoli, who is from Meharry Medical College, and she has quite a bit of information in reference to not only preventing overweight babies, but obesity in children and similar kinds of information. But before we get started, Dr. Ukoli, let's see if we could have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and your experiences, and some of the things that were important in terms of eventually bringing you to us this morning. And then we'll get into other topics.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. I went to high school in Nigeria. I was in a boarding school. It was an Anglican girls' boarding school. And in that school, I was able to take part in athletics, basketball, hockey. You do whatever you want to do. And I was a very good sports girl, but at the same time, I was good in class. But I thought I wanted to be a sports teacher. Actually, at one time, I thought I wanted to be a dancer. But I know my teacher then was saying, well, you know, dancing, sometimes you might not get a job. I think you should think of something else where you can get a job. So I said, okay, I'll be a maths teacher. So I was thinking of becoming a maths teacher. But when it came to the time for us to apply to colleges, my father started talking about medicine. And I was like, no, I don't like medicine. It's sick people, blood. No, I don't want medicine. But he kept saying, well, you know, you're a girl. Girls don't do engineering. Girls don't do stuff like, girls do nursing or medicine. And he was talking me into it. But at the end, when I was applying to college, I applied to 3 colleges. So I applied to one for medicine, the second one for mathematics, and the third one for engineering. But at a point in time when the letters of admission began to show up, my father showed me the one from the medical school. And I was admitted, and I was happy, and I didn't even ask about the other ones, and I went to medical school. So I had my initial medical training in Nigeria. And in Nigeria, we run the British system, which means you go to medical school straight from high school. So I was about 18 when I went into medical school.
No college, then medical school directly?
No, you go straight into medical school and you spend 6 years. If you didn't have advanced level, advanced high school. But if you had ordinary level, 5 years of high school, then you have 6 years in the university. So I had 5 years in college because I already had 2 years of post-secondary education. So then I was doing medicine like everybody else, and in Nigeria, medical school is 2 years preclinical and then 3 years clinical. And when you finish and you have your medical degree, you're going to go into junior residency. Junior residency means you're going to rotate through all the major specialties as a little doctor working under supervision. And during that time, you go through surgery, internal medicine, pediatrics, and OBGYN. And at that time, I began to realize that medicine was not a joke. If you're going to be in medicine, you'll be awake all night. People give birth to babies at night. People fall ill at night, and they'll call you, and they'll wake you up. And I started to look for the easy way out. And I realized that there was something called public health. In Nigeria, we call it public health, we call it community medicine. And I decided to go into community medicine because that is the specialty where you prevent things from happening. And I was thinking that if people can prevent all these things, why do they wait until they fall ill? So I went into preventive medicine. So by 1979, I think, I went to Glasgow in Scotland, and I had my master's degree in public health. So my medical degree is from Nigeria. My public health degree is from Glasgow. And then I came back to Nigeria, and I was involved in numerous World Health Organization programs that have to do with prevention. For example, I was involved in the expanded program of immunization, where we had to try and immunize all children against the 6 deadly childhood diseases. That's measles and whooping cough and stuff like that. So I was doing that. I was also program director for what we call a primary health care program. Primary health care is supposed to be a program